Ciao everyone! Have you ever dreamed of, actually chatting with locals in Italy? It really all starts with that very first hello. And in this explainer, we're going to give you everything you need to have your first real conversation in Italian with total confidence.
So, let me ask you, are you ready for that? Because this is where the magic happens. This is where you go from just seeing the sights to actually connecting with people. And it all starts right here with a simple introduction.
And I'm not kidding. In just the next few minutes, you are going to have a complete, ready-to-go script to introduce yourself. It's going to be all yours. So let's get you speaking Italian like right now.
Okay, first things first. Every single conversation, no matter where you are, kicks off with a greeting and sharing your name. This is the bedrock, the absolute foundation of it all. So let's nail this part, shall we?
All right, let's start with the one you definitely already know. Ciao! It's your best friend for informal chats, super friendly and versatile. Fun little fact, it actually comes from an old phrase that meant I am your servant. Crazy, right? Over time, it just became this casual, easygoing greeting for both hi and bye. Okay, let's try it together. Say it with me. Ciao. Awesome.
Now, what if you're walking into a nice shop or maybe meeting someone's nonna for the first time? You'll want to dial it up a notch with the formality. For that, you've got two perfect options. Buongiorno for good morning, and buonasera for good evening. They're simple, they're classy, and they show a little respect. Go on, give them a try.
Okay, time to talk about you. To say my name is, the classic phrase is mi chiamo. Now get this, it literally translates to I call myself. How poetic is that? It just gives you a little taste of how beautiful the language is. You just tack your name on the end. So for example, mi chiamo Laura.
Okay, your turn, and I mean it. Say it out loud wherever you are. Mi chiamo, and then say your name. Don't be shy. Perfect.
Now there's another way to do it that's a little more direct. You can just say sono, which just means I am. So, sono Ashken. Honestly, both mi chiamo and sono are 100% correct. You'll probably hear sono in quick casual chats. Just pick whichever one feels better rolling off your tongue.
Great. See how we're building this piece by piece? After you've swapped names, the next thing that usually comes up is where you're from. This just adds a little more flavor to the conversation and keeps things moving.
So how do you ask? The question you want to know is di dove sei. Let's just break down that pronunciation. Di dove sei. Let's try it together. Di dove sei. That's the friendly, informal way to ask someone where they're from. And the answer? Oh, it's so beautifully simple. You just say, sono di, and then your city. I am from Milan, or New York, or wherever. So right now, just say it to yourself. Sono di, and pop in your hometown. You got it? Easy. Another way you could answer is with your nationality. For example, sono turco, if you're a guy, or sono turca, if you're a woman. Did you catch that? That little O versus A at the end? That's a huge part of Italian, and trust me, it's way simpler than it sounds.
Here's the basic rule of thumb for a ton of Italian adjectives. If it's masculine, it's probably going to end in an O. And if it's feminine, it'll end in an A. Once you see this simple pattern, I promise, you are going to start noticing it absolutely everywhere. It's kind of cool. So, we have our building blocks. We've got greetings, we've got names, and we've got where you're from. Now for the fun part. Let's put it all together and see what it looks like in a real natural little chat.
So just listen in. Try to spot all the phrases we just went over. This is going to help you feel the flow, the back and forth of a real conversation. And you'll see just how close you are to being able to do this yourself.
Okay, so one person kicks it off nice and easy. Ciao, come ti chiami?
The other person responds with the phrase we learned, mi chiamo Ashken.
And then, and this is so important,
They add, e tu? That just means, and you? It's like the golden ticket to keeping a conversation alive. So Laura answers, mi chiamo Laura, and then bam, she asks the very next question we practiced, di dove sei? See the flow?
Ashken gives his city and his country, just to be clear, sono di Izmir in Turkey. And then what does he do? He tosses the ball right back with, e tu? And Laura finishes it up with a clear, simple answer, sono di Milano. And that's it. A whole successful conversation using just a handful of phrases. You can do this. You absolutely can. Okay, so you've seen the pieces, you've seen how they fit together, and now it's time for the most important part of all, making it yours. Let's turn what you just learned into a real skill.
Bravissimi! Seriously, look at this. You have a full toolkit now. You've got the greeting, not one but 2 ways to say your name, the question to ask where someone's from, and 2 ways to answer. That is a huge accomplishment. So, here it is. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, take these tools, build your own personal introduction, greeting, name, and where you're from, and post it in the comments. Seriously, writing it down is the best way to lock it into your brain.
So, I'm asking you, right now, allora, come ti chiami? I really can't wait to meet all of you in the comments. Ciao for now.